Hey guys, welcome back to another adventure. Today I'm out here in Plummer, Idaho, checking out Plummer Junction. As you can see behind me here, there's some railroad tracks, and that is where I'm standing on. Is the old Y here for the route to Spokane, which used to be used by the Milwaukee Road and the Union Pacific Railroad, which had trackage in here. So let's go take a look at some of the stuff here. So the St. Mary's River Railroad runs this segment now. They have the old Milwaukee Railroad's last active stretch here, which we're walking to the main line right now. And this last segment goes from here in Plummer to St. Mary's, Idaho. There also is a branch line there in St. Mary's, which takes you to Bovell, and it used to go all the way to Elk City, and it is no longer in service anymore. But we're gonna go head out that way after we're done here. But I wanted to check this out because I haven't been down here yet, and it's got some really cool stuff down here. So I accessed this spot here via the little trail over there, the Trail of the Coeur d'Alenes, and hiked back into here. And you guys can see here's the first leg of the Y here. And that goes towards Plummer there. And then you have this leg of the Y, which probably connects, that they used to probably use from if you were coming from St. Mary's going to Spokane. So you would come up towards this section here. So here we are at Milwaukee's main line here at this little crossing, and you can see the far end of the switch, which takes you on the Y to go towards Spokane there. And this would be the main line, Milwaukee's main line, going towards the west here. And these tracks have seen better days here. We've got some devices over here, stopper devices on the rails, so you can't go any further than this point here. So pretty interesting though. Found an identifying marker here for how old the rails were. 1913, it says. Fort Ara, Ohio. FT-ARA OH. I'm guessing that's Fort Ara, Ohio. But wow, this is like old original track. That's crazy that this stuff is still holding on here. The ties leave a bit to be desired, especially like right in this point here, which you can see the ties like totally disintegrated here. So this used to be where Milwaukee's depot was, and this building now occupies it, or where it once stood here. And this was like their station that they used towards the latter part of the end of the life of the railroad here. But let's take a peek inside. This is interesting. Here, look at that. Saving electricity saves water and jobs. And got the little Washington water power guy. That's cool. So really not much left of the shack here. Just a graffitied old building here. But you could imagine they had railway equipment, like all sorts of different things to communicate with the stations along the line here. And they were all located in this shack. There's an old pillar here where probably a sign or the signal post was here, probably. I'm gonna guess. All this stuff would have been removed in 1980 when Milwaukee ended service here. As you can see, they've got like a little maintenance car here, so they are still doing some stuff over here, at least. Pretty cool, though. So I found this little building here. If anybody knows what this used to be, let me know in the comments. Looks pretty interesting. You know it's pretty old because it's got the old style door handles on it. It just looks like this was a shack of some sort. Wood floor. What is... Clear skies, 70 degrees. They've got tank pressure, tank tops. What in the world? This is weird. Are they quoting like a song or something? Interesting. Got another little shack here. It looks like it's seen better days there. Looks like some old like insulation inside of there and a bunch of cans. Somebody's been using this as a drinking spot, evidently. Interesting. So we're down here at the western edge of the junction here, and you can see there's another switch that jumps off over here and goes down the hillside into this little valley here. No clue where that one goes. I think it probably goes down next to the little sewer pond there. But it must have been something there at one point in time to have a diverging track going off that way. But as you can see, the old mainline Milwaukee line there is torn up here. It looks like they probably used the other end of this spur to access all the box cars sitting on this track there, because they can't get down this side anymore because it's too bad, I guess, down there. So can't access the main line from here, from the depot side anymore, I guess. At least on this lower, the line closest to me anyways. The one up above there still looks like it goes all the way through here. We could get a closer look at this. So there's a little closer up shot there. So this rail goes up to this point and turns into that one, which this one goes up around the bend and down by some box cars and to that one spot that I showed you guys a week or two ago when I last came down here. There's some old piles of ties there and rail on the opposite side there. And then we just go back this way, which you could see like remnants of where they've done some repairs in the past here. But you can see really the difference between this rail here and this one here. Just the thickness of the material and everything else. So better made rail now than then, but still, this surprisingly is in good shape for 100-plus-year-old rail line here, which is really cool to see. This switch is pretty neat. As you can see, it comes out and it goes like right under the line here. And you can see where it used to hook up there. And it used to switch onto the main line there. And the little bars go like in between the ties all the way down towards where they needed to switch it at to get back onto the main there for Milwaukee's line. So that's pretty cool to see. Well, just kind of looking around here, I think this was the section of the switch that they took out over here, because it's still got like the center, the switch thingies in the center of it. Well, guys, that's going to do it for our little explore here today of Plummer Junction. And if you guys enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Smash that like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe right here to 509 Adventures, baby. That's where it's at. And you guys already know, adventure on, and I'll see you somewhere out here in the next one.